The Dead Lucky, issue number 9 from Image Comics. Holy cow. This series has been like terrible since it first started, and I've just ragged on it for so long. But now it's just become convoluted as well as terrible. Jesus Christ. So in the last issue, it turned out that Ghost, Bibi's complicated friends, basically it was a dude that she was sleeping with who was part of her squad. I don't know why she refers to him as a complicated friend, but whatever. It turns out that he's still alive. So in the last issue, we saw a flashback where they were in a helicopter and they got blown up. And Bibi, she got her powers very, very stupidly. Basically, there was like goop on both of them, and she used a defib. And the defib electrocuted her with the goop on, and now that's how she got electric powers. At least that's what it's kind of like showing. Meanwhile, I guess Pyre, Ghost, whatever you want to call him, he got burned, and because he had the goop, now he has fire powers. Yeah, this is really stupid. It's like the stupidest origin story for how to get superpowers I've ever heard. But yeah, turns out he's still alive, and she's kind of confused about who the ghost that she's been talking to this entire time, because she has like electrical ghosts of her dead squad mates, and one of them is Ghost. Yeah, it's weird to have ghosts and then have one of the ghosts be called Ghost. It's just really confusing. But let's just call the ghost Pyre. So she has electrical ghosts. One of them is Pyre. So now she's wondering, like, wait, if Pyre's still alive, then how the hell are you here? And that's kind of where this starts. Well, it starts with a flashback with Pyre coming out of the sand, and he's going to some Americans for help. And for some reason, rather than trying to help him, they immediately start blasting him. I don't know why. They say, what the hell is that? But if you look at, maybe it's just the crappy artwork, he looks pretty normal. He looks like a normal human with a couple burn marks on his chest, but he doesn't look like some kind of weird zombie freak or anything like that. So I don't know why their first instinct is, hey, let's blast this dude who's asking for help. But yeah, they started blasting him, and the bullets don't do anything. So Pyre unleashes his flame powers, burns the American soldiers, and then screams no. Yeah. We have this one lady who, it took me a while to remember who the hell she was. So this is Eddie's girlfriend, or I guess, what's the word for widow when you're not married? Because Eddie's dead. This is the girl that Eddie was dating when he died. And now she kind of works for Morrow as like the PR. And yeah, she has a meeting with Maria, who I just kept referring to as the black cop girl, because I keep forgetting who the hell her name is. But yeah, they're both worried about Bibi. We have like some weird thing where she's like, Maria's like, Bibi's not dead. Bibi never gives up. And then Eddie's girlfriend is like, but you're the one that told her to give up. So if you knew that she never gives up, then why did you try to get her to give up? It's I don't know. It's stupid. I don't care. Moving on. So Bibi asks Ghost, the electrical version of Pyre, what the hell are you? And then Pyre stands up and says, you talking to me? Yeah, I know. That's how the conversation goes. It's weird. So yeah, she's literally talking to the ghost. She's staring at the ghost, and she's asking the ghost, who are you? And Pyre's the one that answers. He's like, are you talking to me? And then he immediately starts talking about his weapons. He's like, hey, check out this whip that I have that can cause sparks and light up on fire. It's like, where the hell did that conversation come up from? This thing is like confusing because Bibi's obviously talking to the ghost, but Pyre's the one that answers, and Bibi just lets him continue talking. And we have some weird thing where, like, in the last chapter, Pyre attacked Bibi, but now Pyre's like, let's team up. You know, we always worked great together. And we even have a moment where, like, a grenade comes into the building and soldiers pop in to kill them. And they, you know, team up to fight off the soldiers. And they have, like, a moment together. And Pyre's like, you know, we can burn Morrow down together. We can make them pay for what they did to us. I can help you. And for some reason, like, Bibi shows back up in San Francisco, and they tell her, like, hey, first off, we got to figure out what the hell happened, because you might have been compromised because you've been gone for 3 days, and apparently your ex showed up, and now he's back in San Francisco. And Pyre decides to have the big brain idea to have a meeting in public, dressed up in his Pyre outfit, and he's having a meeting with a dude named Stoker, who's decked out in a superhero kind of outfit. Like he has like the helmet and the weird getup. If you're going to have like some kind of secret meeting to talk about how you're going to, take down Morrow, maybe don't do it in Morrow City while decked out in gear, like military gear, superhero gear. You just kind of are painting a big target on your back. But yeah, of course, a bunch of people are like, who the hell are these weirdos? Why are they dressed up like that? And they tell a Morrow soldier, and of course Morrow starts attacking them. And then Bibi hears about the attack. So she goes to fight Pyre, despite the fact that last time we saw they were leaving on good terms, but now they're enemies again. So they were squad mates / lovers. Then they became enemies. Then they became allies, and now they're enemies again in the span of 2 issues. I have no idea what's going on anymore. I don't care. This is stupid. This is like the stupidest series I've ever read. Holy cow. How can you mess up a tokusatsu this badly? We're 9 issues in, we still don't really know exactly what Bibi's powers are, how she got them. Like, in the last issue, we kind of got a flashback that might have explained how she got them, and that was some mysterious purple goop who we have no idea what that purple goop is, just that there's purple goop out there. And it was on Bibi when she used a defib and electrocuted her, and now she has electrical powers. And it was on Pyre when Pyre got lit on fire, so now he has fire powers. So I guess whatever element hits you when you have the goop on gives you the powers of that element or something. I don't know. So if you have this purple goop on and someone pisses on you, do you have piss powers now? Like, how do these things work? It's stupid. Hey, look, I have this mysterious purple goop on and I got electrocuted. Now I have electrical powers. That's like the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Really? Mysterious goop? This is just, I don't know. This is dumb. Purple goop gives you powers somehow. Whatever. But she also sees ghosts of her squad mates as electrical spirits, but one of them might be a fake. Like, it's all these weird stuff, but none of them are being answered, and we're just kind of going on to the next thing. So now, what, is this next arc going to be the Pyre arc? Like, we're missing stuff. We should have had a entire arc where Bibi's trying to understand what her powers are and how she got them. That should have been like the first thing that you did. At least give us some hints. It was 8 issues in before we got some hints on what she might have gotten them. And then all we got was like, oh, there's some goop. Okay, what's this goop? Where did it come from? Why did it take us 8 issues before we addressed it? Why are we not addressing it in the 9th issue? So yeah, like, if you're introducing a brand new character, a brand new superhero, the first thing like we should do is like first have their like ordinary world. Like, how are these characters like when they're regular human beings? We didn't get that with Bibi. We immediately started with her having powers. But that should have been like the first thing, ordinary world. And then some kind of event happens to give them powers. And then they're trying to learn what their powers are and how to control it and stuff like that. And then they have their ups and downs while using these powers. I mean, look at Inferno Girl Red. Probably my favorite series in the Massiverse. That series in 3 issues introduced our main character, Cassia. Showed us her like ordinary world, what her relationship is like with her friends and family, what her goals are. Then we're introduced to this catalyst that eventually leads to her getting her powers, and then she's discovering how to use those powers. She's having failures, she's having small successes, she's overcoming obstacles to learn how to better herself and her powers. And then we introduce like a villain, and we did all that in like 3 issues. Here we are 9 issues in, and we still have nothing. I mentioned this series before, Ragman. Ragman by DC Comics did a mini-series during the Rebirth era, and it's basically what Dead Lucky's trying to be. You have a soldier coming back from the war. He has PTSD, suffering from survivor's guilt because his squad mates were killed, and he's the only one that survived. He has some kind of mysterious supernatural powers that he gained while overseas. And he also sees the ghost of his dead squad mates who help him out, kind of like Dead Lucky. It's basically Dead Lucky is pretty much just a ripoff of Ragman. And in that was just a mini-series, but that covered like everything. In fact, like Dead Lucky, we started off with him already coming back from overseas and suffering from PTSD and stuff. We didn't really get to see his ordinary world, but we got to put pieces together through his actions and through his conversations with other people around him, his friends and family and stuff. But we were introduced to his powers. We were introduced to like him trying to struggle to learn how to use them. In fact, most of the miniseries is him struggling to find out what these powers are, where they come from, how to use them. And we even have him dealing with PTSD, and we can really see that it's affecting him, which the series claims to, you know, have a main character who suffers from PTSD. We don't ever see that. But that series does everything that Dead Lucky doesn't. And that miniseries was only like 4 or 5 issues, not even. And it covered all that in those issues. Meanwhile, Dead Lucky, we're 9 issues in. We still got like nothing. We have no idea really at where these powers came from other than Goop. Why does she see ghosts of her squad mates? Why does she see one of the ghosts as someone who's actually still alive? How come we never saw her struggling to use her powers? Why does she know how to use them immediately when she came back? Like, we get none of these. It's just straight up, Bibi comes back home, she has powers, she uses the powers, everything goes well for her for the most parts. She's lost a former lover, best friends, not really through her action. I mean, I guess she did ask him to help her, but that was it. It would have been a lot better if maybe she was using her powers and something happened and one of her powers ended up hitting Eddie and killing him. Then that could have really like helped driven her to try to discover these powers. It could have just given us something interesting with this character, but no, nothing like that happened. And now she's working for the people that got him killed, and another former lover squad mate comes to help her, and she's like, nah, I'm gonna still work for the people that killed my former lover, and I'm gonna fight you, my other former lover, instead of teaming up with you to get revenge on the people that screwed us up. I don't think the writer knows what they're trying to do here. And also just the whole fact that, like I mentioned it before, but what is Bibi as a character? We have no idea what her personality is. Now apparently she's gay. Like she's like has a thing with women, despite the fact that all of her exes are dudes. I mean, yeah, I know bisexuality exists, but that's never been pointed out before, and whatever, I don't care anymore. Bibi is apparently suffering from PTSD, but we never see that. Bibi has a hate boner for Morrow, but she goes out of her way to help them constantly. And even when an old flame shows up, literally an old flame, shows up to help her take down Morrow, she fights them instead. I don't know what this character is. I don't know what any of these characters are. What are their goals? Why is Maria trying to get Bibi to quit, but now she's like, Bibi never quits. We have to help her. Why does Morrow seem to be okay with Bibi being on their team in the first place, despite the fact that Bibi was so gung-ho to take them down? It's just really terrible. Nothing about the series is good. Nothing about the series has been good. I mean, I've ragged about Rogue Sun, but at least Rogue Sun has some moments that are like, I can see promise in it. Like, there have been some entire issues that have been like really good, and even issues that have been terrible, there have been some moments that are like, okay, I can kind of see what you're trying to get at. It's just you're not executing it well, but I see what the attempt is. Here, I have no idea what the attempt is. What are you trying to do here? What's this story anymore? It started off as, I guess it was supposed to be Bibi suffering from PTSD and trying to get revenge for her dead squad mates. And now she's working with the people that she wanted to get revenge with against one of her former squad mates that she wanted to avenge, but now she doesn't anymore. And now she doesn't have PTSD. Or at least I'm saying she doesn't, because we've never seen her experience anything even close to PTSD. We don't see her experiencing anything even close to anxiety or depression or anything that comes with having PTSD or survivor's guilt. We have none of that. None of these characters are believable. Everybody's just, this is just terrible. I'm kind of just rambling at this point. This is god awful. This is like the worst series that I'm currently reading. This series has no redeeming qualities. I have no idea what they're trying to do with this. This is absolute garbage. It's just a convoluted mess. And yeah, it's terrible. I don't know how many other times I can say it's terrible. It's terrible. There you go. There's a Dead Lucky issue number 9. What a freaking mess this series is. There you go. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope to see you next time. Take care. Later. So what'd you guys think of that video? Hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys haven't already, please subscribe. Hit that bell for a notification. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. And if you didn't enjoy the video, thank you for watching it this far. And I hope the next video is more to your liking. Feel free to check out the playlist that you guys see, and I hope to see you guys next time. Later.